I'm Dale Smith for Looney Politics, and this last week has been largely consumed by the news that the We Charity has been given the sole-sourced contract for $900 million Canada Student Grant Administration, which turned into a whole slew of revelations about the We Charity itself, and by the end of the week, we stepped back. Throughout this, however, we also saw MPs questioning, demanding investigations, and we also saw a number of pundits saying this is what happens when the government sidesteps democracy, meaning Parliament being shut down. The problem with this argument is that the House of Commons wouldn't have voted on this issue anyway. It would have been the purview of the minister regardless of whether the House was sitting or not, which makes it kind of a bogus argument. Now, this being said, there's absolutely a role for parliamentarians to play in the scrutiny and oversight of what happened. And even if the House isn't sitting and we don't have question period every day, and this is summer, so this is not to be unexpected, there are other tools at MPs' disposal which they should be making advantage of. The primary one is through committees. Through the summer, even though the House isn't sitting, committees can hold emergency meetings. And because there is a hung parliament and the Liberals are not in a majority position, they don't have the votes to block these kinds of emergency meetings. That means that the opposition can get together and not only demand a meeting, but once they get one, summon the minister, summon the deputy minister, and requisition the analysis that showed that We was supposedly the only charity group in the country who could have administered this program. This is what MPs are supposed to do. This is how they hold governments to account. And instead, what we're getting are these excuses that they want the Auditor General to look at it, they want the Procurement Ombudsman to look at it, the Ethics Commissioner is looking into it, all of which conservatives say is better because these are nonpartisan officers. The problem with that, of course, is that it's letting MPs shirk their own responsibility. It's their responsibility to hold government to account, not the officers of Parliament. The officers are supposed to help MPs to do that job, but we don't actually need that to happen in this case. They are perfectly capable of questioning a deputy minister. They are perfectly capable of requisitioning the documents that show the analysis that We was the supposedly only charity capable of doing this. So in all of this, the notion that somehow Trudeau went ahead with this because the House wasn't sitting just doesn't actually work. There is a role for the House, but it would not have been in voting this down. For Looney Politics, I'm Dale Smith.